From the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, sastika, namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, and I know it was Tapasam Kavadi for our listeners, so I say happy Kavadi, and then also for people, for all my friends listening, I wanted to say special hi, a shout out to all my friends at the RCC group. We've been talking a lot about our past, all our friends, like meeting after 25 years. I just wanted to say special hi to all our group and to all the Royal College friends. I hope we are enjoying the the group, and I know a lot of people are really getting hooked up on it. So I just wanted to say thank you for listening, and this is again attorney Shah Peerally, and hopefully I have Franco on the board with me today. And Franco, just to let you know, I'm having some issues with my computer, so please let me know if there are any callers. And like I said, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And we are, of course, going to discuss about different issues in immigration, and we will be covering pretty much many topics. And, of course, what's happening right now, a lot of people are getting really worried what is next on immigration. It seems that things are going up and down. We don't know yet. There are a lot of news when it comes to other things. DACA. First, we thought it was going away, then it goes back, and then it's up and down. And I myself, I'm getting confused now which way it's going. But since it doesn't affect a lot of our listeners, I'm not going to cover the topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to discuss our different options for immigration. But Franco, I don't know if we have any caller. Like again, number 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. I'm going to talk a little bit about H-1B because we are getting in the H-1B season, and I'm going to try my best to answer some of the frequently asked questions I've been getting recently on calls and on consultation. One of the question people are asking me, is H-1B still there? Yeah. Okay, so Franco is telling me we have some callers. So let me take one caller first. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi, Shah Peerally. Thank you for taking my call. I have a question in regards to the H1 transfer. So I was with company A and got laid off in December, and then found a company B, which was a consulting company, and they filed my H1 transfer on January 9th, and then I started working with them on the I-797C. And they filed it in premium processing. They got an RFE. They are in process of responding to that. But I found a full-time opportunity which they are ready to file the H1 transfer. So my question is, if they file the H1 transfer, will that RFE have an effect on this transfer from the full-time opportunity? Because that RFE is related to the statement of work and just the client that I am working with. But this other transfer would be a full-time position. So I have a question in regards to that.
Okay, you have a little bit complicated situation here. So let me get it right first. So you have one company, and you tried an H-1B transfer with that company. Let's call it company A. You're transferring to company A, and it got denied. That's what you said, right? And
no, it not got denied. So I was with company A. They laid me off in December. So there was a layoff in December. So I had to transfer my H1 from them to a new company within the 60 days period. But I found a job within the 30 days, that is January 10th. I got laid off in December 7th. So I got a new job from a consulting company to work for a client on January 10th. So they filed the H1 transfer from company A. So that is company B. Now I have a company C, which is a full-time opportunity, and I want to file the transfer through them. But the company B approval has not come, and they got an RFE.
Okay. You can still move from A to C because you're still within the 60 days grace period. Um, but then they will question you if anything is related to yourself, which is on that RFE and B. It will come up on C also. It's very hard to give you a straight answer unless I see what is on the in the RFE exactly. So it's very hard in in a 1 minute. But you can, to answer your question in short, yes, you can go ahead and file another transfer based on your grace period, because your grace period seems to still be good. You still have another 30 days. So you can do that. That means basically you're moving directly from A to C without B. But the fact that you have B in between, there's a big chance B's issues will come onto if it is issues related to you, they will come again on
No,
C.
it is
So it's very,
no, it is not related
yeah,
to me. It is just
yeah.
related to the client that I am going to. They have to provide the statement of work with the client, and they have to describe like why the bachelor's degree is required for that position. So it is asking the consulting company that why are you hiring a bachelor's degree position for this role. So it was just clarification on the scope of the work and the requirements of the position, but nothing related to me. It did not come like show any documentation from my side because everything I provided was clear.
Basically, what you want to know if you RFE on C do that, right? Your question.
Yeah.
Well, the RFE might not be related. Most of the cases now are doing an RFE. So there's a chance of an RFE no matter what. But company B basically kind of influencing the C if specific issue is a specialty occupation is not, it won't do that. But you can have an independent RFE with C based on other issues. If that's your question,
Okay.
then I respond. Won't influence
Okay.
it because
But I can still file it, and then if like I am in the last week of that 60 days, because on the February 6th it will be already 60 days. So if they file before February 6th, it is considered as within the grace period, right?
yes,
Okay.
that's how it's done. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
some
thank
lawyers
you.
will not want to file it. Okay, so be careful. But yes, in general terms, they can file it. Okay. Good luck
So
to you.
related
if you
related
want,
to that,
let me
if
take
they
a let
file
me.
it, and if company B gets denied,
I
will there
have
be
to.
a problem on
It's too
company
long.
C?
I have other people waiting. So why don't you just give me a call at the office? We can do a consultation because I have to look. But the company B, if they want to file it, your question was if they want to file something, they can still file it, but it's up to them if you want to. They can tell you they don't want to file it. Then you will have to. You can still file it, but it won't be as a transfer. It will be as a new employment. You will have to leave and come back. Then you will get your I-94. Or wait
Okay.
for company B to be approved, then move from company B to C. It's a little bit complicated because many lawyers see things differently, and I see things in a different way. So if you want me to kind of do a better assessment, you can give me a call. We'll do a consultation. Okay?
Okay, sure.
And
Okay, thank you, sir.
510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for taking my call. I
welcome.
had two questions. One is if I do a counselor processing in India, can my dad travel on a visitor visa here to the U.S.? Number two is if the spelling of my mother is misspelled on the death certificate, do I need to get it changed for filing the counselor processing papers, or do I get an affidavit, or what are the options I have?
Okay, who are you talking about? Your case or your parents' case?
Yes,
Your parents
yes,
are the one traveling.
my parents' case. My parents' case.
Okay, so your parents are applying for a visitor visa, right?
They already have. My dad already has a visitor visa.
Okay. So your question
Yeah.
is
So
that,
I'm thinking instead of getting him here, should I just apply for the counselor processing? But would that help him to travel here for a couple of months on his visitor visa?
oh, you're talking about the green card. That's why I was confused.
Yes.
So you're talking
Yes,
about
yes,
filing
yes.
the green card. Yeah, it can
Yes.
hamper it. That's a very good question because the fact that you file a green card for your parents put them into a situation where they have an immigrant intent. So that means I-214B kicks in. So at the airport, they have a right to deny them entry. But most of the time, from my experience, they don't. What I would
Okay.
recommend is either when they are here, then you decide to file, you can decide. But if you're filing under consular processing, I highly recommend that they don't travel until you get the green card. It's always better because I'll tell you the risk. If they come at the
Uh-huh.
airport, you get an officer who doesn't want to let them in. What they might do, they
Right.
might put them in what we call summary proceedings, which is summary deportation. And summary deportation, what it will do, it will block them for 5 years to come back to the U.S., even if they get a green card. So they won't even get the green card.
Oh.
So that's the risk of doing it. Because if the mood of the officer is not good that day, you might really suffer. So I've seen 1 or 2 cases like that. 90% of cases go smoothly. They come and visit without any problem. But there's always a 10% risk which you have to be knowledgeable of. Okay? Okay.
Okay. The other question I had is the spelling is misspelled on the death certificate of my mother. So would that affect when they have to produce the certificates for consular processing?
You mean the death certificate?
Yes, of my mother.
Okay. No, it's not a big problem.
Okay.
How it all depends how bad is the misspelling. If it is a couple of letters, it's not a big problem.
Just one letter. Actually, it's just one alphabet.
Okay, then that's not a problem. Just have a letter,
Okay.
basically, kind of confirming that that's your mother's name. Have 2 people kind of sign on it. Okay.
And how long is it taking for the consular processing right now from India?
India right now is taking between 8 months to 1 year, and I might be 1 or 2 months off on that because of security check, but most of the time 8 months to 1 year we're getting things done. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Good luck. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air.
Hi, Shah. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question on visitor visa extension. So my parents are here on a visitor visa, and I have applied for the extension, and it's still in the processing, but I don't know if they get approval before they leave. They are going to leave in like a couple of weeks, but it's still in the process. Is there any other document that we need to take care before they leave? Because the I-94s will still pending, and we don't have the latest I-94, right?
So your parents were here and you filed an extension for them, and you don't have an answer yet, and they're leaving, right? That's what you mean? Yeah.
Yes.
As long as they leave before an answer, they are okay. But if a denial comes in between, then pretty much it will affect their multiple entry visa if you have one on their passport. So as long as it is just a regular situation where before anything happens, you go ahead and you file for they leave the country, they should be fine. But if let's say before they leave or during the time they're taking the flight, there's a denial, by operation of law, the multiple entry visa is affected on their passport. As for showing anything at the airport, there's no need to. You just show them the receipt of the pending extension. They don't even ask for that, but if they do, you show them that. Okay?
Okay. Don't need to worry about any other document.
No, because there's no exit visa in the U.S., right?
Right. All right.
So pretty much, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about that. If you want them to leave, then it is a good idea. Actually, you brought a very good point I wanted to mention. If you have a pending case and you want them to leave, it's good they leave before you get an answer, because if it gets denied, automatically by operation of law, all their multiple entry visa on their passport get cancelled. But if they leave before a decision is made, technically their multiple entry visa is still good. Okay?
All right. Okay. And it will not be an issue when they come next time, if they leave on time, right?
Yeah, if they leave on time, there's no denial or any action from the USCIS part. At this point, you're fine. They should be able to come back. Okay? Their visitor visa on their passport stamp is still good. Okay? Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Franco. You're welcome. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air. None. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good chance we can talk a little bit about H-1B. But if you want to call, you have any questions on immigration, the number is 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And if you have any questions, you want to do a private consultation, the number to our office is 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. Let me take the caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air. 510-742.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. This is Shah.
Hello, sir. I had a question about filing for green card for my parents. I filed for the green card and adjustment of status, and they are scheduled to attend an interview at the San Jose office next week.
Yes.
So what has been your experience? Have you attended any interviews with clients at the San Jose office? And is there anything I should watch out for? They have most of their documents in place.
I've done hundreds of those, especially in the San Jose office.
But lately, after the administration change, have you attended any?
Lately, I personally have not attended, but my team has. I think from the San Francisco office, they did go to the San Francisco, but it's not really different because the question is the same. Only thing that they have implemented now is that it's almost a mandatory thing to get an interview. But most of the time, what they are looking at are three things. Number one, they want to make sure all the data that you provided on your forms are genuine and you have not lied. And number two, they want to make sure the documents you have submitted are genuine, because what they're going to do, they're going to match all the photocopies. For example, let's say you give a birth certificate, right? They are going to ask you bring your original. They will match it with a copy, okay? That's number two. And then number three, they will question you heavily on the, well, not heavily, but at least on the intention when you entered on a visitor visa, because I assume they came on a visitor visa, right, when they came in and visited you? Okay.
Right.
So,
and this time when they came in, they were not asked any questions at the port of entry. They were pretty much just given an I-94.
Okay. The question is, after how long they entered did you file your case? How many days did you wait?
They were here last year.
No, when did they come? What was the difference of time between the time they entered and the time you filed the adjustment of status?
About 4 months.
4 months, perfect, okay. Then the presumption of fraud, the rule of presumption of fraud is that in the first 3 months, now they have changed it to what used to be 60 days, now it's 90-day rule. In the first 3 months, if you file an adjustment of status after you enter on a visitor visa or an F1 visa, you have what we call a presumption, a rebuttable presumption of fraud. What it means is that it's more likely than not you're trying to commit fraud. But once you pass the 3 months, the chances of fraud, the presumption is gone. So that means even if they question you have a good chance of not having any issue. So you did well by waiting the 4 months. So I think that's all you're going to get. Now, if you don't feel comfortable going, it's good to hire a lawyer to just accompany you. You can also do that. But I don't think it's necessary. If you have all your documents and you have a situation where you have filed after 3 months, you should be fine.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the information, Shah. I appreciate the information and your radio show.
No problem. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. And I wanted to say special thanks to Franco. He's always trying to help me on everything. Even now my computer is kind of acting up, I'm having issues, but he's really kind of coming with ideas to make things smooth for us. And I wanted to thank him and thank KLOK for the opportunity for the show. So I don't know if we have more callers, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. So the question I have is, with the latest news on the chain immigration ended, it has been implemented, like I'm a U.S. citizen, can I still apply for I-130 form for my sister?
Yes. They have not taken away, although there's a lot of noise about it, there are propositions that they want to take it away, especially the Republican in power. But at the same time, most of those laws that we're talking about has been implemented by Congress. To take it away just like that will require some congressional action. And so far, I have not seen any congressional action really finalized when it comes to that. But yes, they are trying to do it, and there's a chance they will do it, but at this point in time, it's not there. So for those who want to file for a family member, it's a good time to file. I doubt they will be able to take it away, to be honest, but they will give people a hard time, and they're already doing it. So it's still there, so go ahead and file it. But ultimately, we don't know what will happen by next year, but so far it's still there.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hi, Shah. Good morning. This is Srinivas. I do have one question.
Good. Yes, Srinivas. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. See, my question is, my son is, my I-140 got approved now, and the current, the priority date which I have given, right, by the time it comes, my son will be about 21 years. Okay. So my question is whether this, if EB2 processing is going on, whether will it be applied to him even after 21 years of age, or he will be out of that actually?
Okay. Yes and no. It all depends on the situation. If he can benefit from the Child Status Protection Act, which protects him in certain ways, there's a calculation of that. If the I-45 was filed prior to, for example, like right now you have the system of double chart, right? Let's say their dates become current before he turns 21 and you file it, then he will probably make it. But even after he turns 21. But in case that he already turns 21, then the dates become current, then no, he won't get it. There are no ways to really calculate that, unfortunately, like the I-130 where you can minus it. For I-140, the situation is very different. There are arguments that some people made that, hey, I-140, people from India have been waiting for a long time. They should be able to subtract that time, which will make your son grandfathered under the law, which makes it basically he can still be like under 21, even he's above 21. But that argument didn't fly, so now you're stuck with that situation. So hopefully, what is your priority date, by the way?
It's in 2020. Actually, by the time it's current, it will be 220. So I applied in the 2010. But unfortunately, right, by that time he will be around 22 years of age. So that's where I wanted to verify.
Well, we're not sure on that because you never know. There might be a jump in the priority date. Let's pray for that. And if this happens, you can always try to make the argument of Child Status Protection Act. If it is just 1 year, you can make the argument. Doesn't mean it will work. So I recommend that you have yourself ready for that. But at the end of the day, the rule is pretty simple, unfortunately. If he's protected, if the I-45 is filed, the dates actually, because you never know, they might move Chart B up, right? So if Chart B goes up, then you might be eligible to file the adjustment of status. And once it's filed, even you have to wait, then he benefits from that. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air. None. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to cover a lot of topics, and every time, luckily, we get a lot of callers, but at the same time, unfortunately, right now, with my issues with the computer, I'm not able to really trace them. But ultimately, thank you, Franco, for telling me about the callers. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about H-1B before we move to another topic. H-1B is opening up right now because April 1st, as you know, your H-1B season is starting, but prior to that, there's a lot of work to be done. So make sure that you have a system where basically you are covered on your H-1B because for those filing new H-1Bs, as you know, you need to get what we call the LCA filed before you file the H-1B, and the LCA has to be done in a precise way so that it doesn't create a situation a lot of problems because sometimes people put the wrong dates. And the I-29 doesn't match the dates of the LCA, and you end up by getting a denial and that. So make sure you do that properly. And also for new companies who are signing up, make sure you also work towards creating your account with the Department of Labor to file your LCA, and that takes some time for verification. So for all those reasons, it's good to start now with the H-1B. And if you're a company or an individual who wants to file for H-1Bs, please feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. And the website is attorneyonair.com or peerallylaw.com, attorneyonair.com or peerallylaw.com. So if you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. So now the next topic, of course, we always discuss about that is debt settlement. This is another thing that is really kind of becoming really fast running to us now because of the situation we're having with a lot of people feeling insecure. Okay, so let me take the call and we'll talk about that. This is Shah Peerally, you're live in air.
Hi, Shah. This is Raj. So I have a question on my wife status. She is currently on H1 and she wants to take a break. So I'm on L1. So my question is whether she can move from H1 to L2. Because there is one complication is I am on only I-94 now. So I don't have the valid visa. So my I-94 till next Jan. So in this I-94 basis, can she convert from H1 to L2?
So you came in L1 blanket, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's why you're 94. Technically, you should be able to do that. Is she taking a break for health reasons, or she's just taking a break like that?
She wants a break just like that. So now we don't know whether to continue on H1 and have a break, or she can move on to L2.
Well, under 20 CFR, you have a right to have a break on H1 if you are not well or for vacation, but it's not recommended. So your idea of going on L2 is a good idea. So what I would recommend is you can try a change of status from H1 to L2. Unfortunately, you won't get an answer for the next 90 days. Most of the time, as far as I know, it should work because your I-94 is still good. It attaches to that. But because it's L1 blanket, you might have the officer getting confused because the system is not going to register the L1. It will register only on the CBP system. So what they might do, they might ask her to leave the country and come back and get the L2. Now, if you want a fast situation, what I would recommend to avoid problems, she can go ahead, leave the country and file an L2 stamp from Mexico or from Canada, and then come back here, get a U.S. Appointment with the U.S. consulate, get an L2 stamp, and then come back. Like that, the issue is not there. But I am pretty sure that you should be able to change status on the I-94, but I have to double check on that because it's been a long time I don't deal with the L1 blanket, so I have to double check. Give me a call at the office. Let me do some research to make sure I got it right on this one. Okay? Okay.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
510-742-5887. But I'm pretty sure she should be okay because I've had cases in the past where I-94 is good enough. But I just want to make sure they don't give her a hard time because for the L2 side, it's a different situation. Okay? We just need to make sure. Okay? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. So let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to talk a little bit about debt settlement, as I was mentioning. But you can still call. The lines are still open. And I think we have another 15 minutes or 20 minutes to go probably. The number to call is 408-912-5565. 408-912-5565. And if you're in Bay Area, so as soon as I say that, so let me take the caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Gopi. And
Gopi.
I had a query regarding my mother's passport. She is an Indian citizen and she wants to get her passport done in India. The problem is that in India, passport requires to have the educational proof document, either mark list or graduation certificate, and she doesn't have that. Although she has graduated, her school is closed now. She can't get it anymore. Is there any alternative what I can do for getting her passport done for this?
For her, for India? Unfortunately, I don't know because I'm not licensed in Indian law, so even if I knew by law, I'm not supposed to answer. What I would recommend to do, did you contact the Indian embassy, Indian consulate, and ask them if they will be able to issue? Because or what you can do, there's another option. If you go in the state bar, you're in California, right?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. So what you can do, you can just go on the State Bar of California, look for Indian Foreign Legal Consultant. Indian Foreign Legal Consultant. Those people are licensed by the State Bar of California to practice Indian law in the U.S. So you can ask them. They will be allowed to give you that advice, and they might be able to guide you. or if you have a travel agency, they might be able to help you in getting the passport also. Travel agencies usually they have some knowledge how to do that. I'm so sorry. It's just like this is not. I'm not allowed to. But I don't know an answer also. If any callers, if anybody listening to our show knows the answer, please call and then maybe you can get the answer on the air. Okay. Good luck to you.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm getting tough questions, but luckily, we are able to cover. And today is the first of February 1st, and our first show of the month. And I wanted to thank you all for really kind of listening to the show. And as I was mentioning earlier, I just wanted to say a shout out for my friends from high school and college. We have been chatting a lot lately, and I just wanted to have a shout out for them because I know some are in the U.S., in Canada, and they are listening, and some are in Mauritius. And for all my RCC friends, I'm just saying thank you for meeting together on the group, basically chatting. And I wanted to do that shout out. So let me talk a little bit about debt settlement, and then we'll take some more callers, Franco. So debt settlement is another area of law that we practice. We help a lot of people with those, especially now that a lot of people are feeling insecure. They're trying to leave, and they have a lot of credit card debts. And what can they do about it? So one of the things you can do is settle those debts. For example, let's say you use a credit card. You bought a business, you bought some stuff, you bought properties in India, whatever you did, and now you find yourself with a lot of debts because you lost your job, or you don't have any kind of income, or you have any hardship. What we can do is, and you don't want to file bankruptcy, or you don't qualify for bankruptcy, we can help you get rid of those debts. What we do, we negotiate those debts, and we bring it to a fraction of its value. For example, owing $100,000, we can maybe negotiate it to $20,000. That's just an example, by the way. It doesn't mean we'll get $20,000. But at the end of the day, we can still get it done. So if you need any help on getting a debt settlement done, give us a call, 510-742-5887. The website to check is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And also, we can do the same for second mortgages. We can really kind of help you, even lawsuits where you have lost the lawsuit, there's a judgment against you, we can negotiate those judgments for you. And if you need help, of course, give us a call, 510-742-5887. So now let us go back a little bit to our immigration side, Franco, and I don't know if we have more callers right now, but if in case, yes, let me take a couple of callers and then we'll move on. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air.
Hi, I have a question on visa restamping.
Yes.
So I recently had a change in employer, so there's a new visa. So can I go to just Mexico or Canada for restamping, or do I have to visit the home country, India?
So you had a visa, you had a stamp before, right?
Yeah, I had a stamp before, which is also valid.
Okay, so you're going for stamping again. You don't have to go to India. You can go to Canada, not Mexico, by the way, because if it is H-1B, they are not really doing
okay, why is that, by the way?
I don't know, because Mexico has all those issues. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't, so the best is not to go there, unfortunately, because they're so overwhelmed with other visas. If it is H-4, L-2, and things like that, it's not that hard. But they do it. I've had cases where people do go and they get it, but most of the time they'll tell you they are not doing it. So you can always try, but I don't recommend. But Canada, yes. Jamaica, they do, and some other places they do, but not really. Mexico has its own overwhelming issues, probably. So going to Mexico for H-1B is not an idea. So, but yes, you can go to Canada and other countries.
So there won't be any issue there, like it'll be smooth and just like India, and I'll go to the embassy and get it stamped and come back. That's it, right?
Yes. Well, hold on. There's not going to be any issue. That's not exactly true, because there might be other issues not related to what you just asked me. But going to a country which is not India, a third-party country, is allowed in your case because this is your second stamping. The exception to this is second stamping, or if you graduated from a school from the U.S. or Canada. So in your case, since it's a second stamping, you should be able to do it in Canada. But guaranteeing that they will get the stamp, that cannot be guaranteed because there might be other issues that comes into place. You don't get the stamp. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good luck to you. So, Franco, do we have more callers? This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My mom. Are you able to hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, sir. You're live on air.
So my mom received. She got an email. She got an email saying that her adjustment of status has been improved, and that her card has been sent for printing or something like that. A week ago, we haven't received the card yet, but my mom now has to leave for India as soon as possible. So, is it okay if she leaves the country now and then that we mail the card to her when we get the card?
Okay, yes, but let me give you the better idea. The better idea is you go ahead to the field office. Try to get an appointment ASAP. Go on the USCIS website, get an appointment. And if you don't get an appointment, just show up there. Tell them it's an emergency. Bring your approval notice, print it or something, and ask them for an I-551 stamp. Tell them that she has to leave urgently, and they will go ahead and put a stamp on her passport, and then she can travel on that. Like that, even if the green card is delayed or she doesn't get it, she can always use that to come back. So go ahead and do that. Try to get an appointment quickly. If you cannot get an appointment, just show up there. You might have to wait the whole day, but they will give you an appointment and ask them for an I-551 stamp. Okay? All right?
I-551 stamp on her passport, correct?
Yes, yeah. But bring your approval notice, etc., okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you. Franco, I don't know how much time we're left. I think a couple of minutes and 10 minutes and 80 minutes. So perfect. So I know Amit will join us. Do we have any more callers, Franco? Okay, let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, I have a question regarding immigration proceeding. What does that mean? So in the situation where at the port of entry at the airport, if you are asked to surrender your green card and get the visa because maintaining the the status of the residency, is that considered as an immigration proceeding situation?
No. What they did is that they made them sign, I forget the form 1048 or something like that, where basically they renounced the green card they probably overstayed outside, right? And at the airport they asked them to give up the green card, right? That's what happened?
Yes.
Okay. So this is basically abandonment of green card. No, this is not summary proceedings. Usually that just attaches to only thing is just, hey, you give up the green card, you sign on it, so you voluntarily surrender the green card and they let you go. No, it is not summary proceedings usually, unless they specifically mention summary proceedings. The only time summary proceedings will be mentioned there is if in case there are other issues like crimes, and if that person has been guilty of some crimes, etc., then yes, it might be an issue.
Okay, so because I'm filling out the I-130 form and this was the question asked, so that's why I wanted to check, because we are thinking to reopen the green card file, but...
Okay. Well, it's better, is it for a parent or for mom, dad, or something like that?
For a sibling.
Sibling, okay. Well, reopening, yeah, you can go ahead and file motion to reopen, but this is not a proceeding, no. Okay?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good luck to you. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, Shah. The question I have is, I'm moving from H1, I'm transferring my H1. My wife is on H4 and she is using her EAD. She's currently in India. So can I transfer my H1 and then go to India, and then we can both get our visas stamped again, me H1 and she H4?
Okay, so your wife is on H1 right now. You want to move her to H4, right? That's what you want?
No, my wife is on H4 and I am on H1.
Okay.
And I'll be transferring my H1 to a different company.
Okay.
And currently she is in India.
Okay. And you want
Yeah.
to go to India also after the transfer, right?
Yes, immediately after the transfer, I'm planning to go to India, and then can we both get our visa stamped?
Oh yeah, of course. Why not? Because H4 doesn't require anything. She just have to go for stamping. But you can always go. Is your stamp expiring, or you just want to go?
Yes. No, our stamps are expired. I had my visa extended last.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead, file your extension, get it approved, leave the country, book your time with the U.S. consulate, get your stamping, and you also get the stamping for the H4 for your wife, and you'll be good to go. Okay?
Okay, great. One follow-up question. She's on H4 EAD, so as of now, she should, and it's valid until 2020. So she should be able to work, right, as of the current rules?
Yes, as long as her H4 is attached properly, yes, she should be able to use that EAD.
Okay.
Make sure you didn't break your timing on your transfer. As long as your transfer is done properly, there was no break in between. Her EAD is still good because she can always come back on H4. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Good luck to you. I don't know if I have more callers than now, Franco, and this is Shah Peerally. You're live in here? Okay, so perfect. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up quickly, and then we're going to talk about, of course, and I think we have like 10 minutes to go, right? 12 minutes to go, Franco, am I right? Something like that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me kind of wrap up and talk a little bit about the that we are facing right now with immigration. One of them, of course, is uncertainty. This is the biggest problem. Most of the consultation I'm getting, people are asking me question, what will happen next? I wish I had a crystal ball I could answer you. I don't know the answer, except I know is there are things that are doable by Trump. Some certain things are not doable. But the big thing with the administration is that they come up with surprises on a daily basis. Having said that, I think we still can fight cases. The law is still there. Changing the law requires a lot of things to be done. Number one, they have to go to Congress unless it's an executive order he's trying to reverse. Even those, like for example H4, they basically have to publish it and go through the same process we used to get it in order to remove it. So at this point in time, there's no need to panic. Having said that, that doesn't mean you should not take your precautions, because we are seeing a lot of denials, especially people who are transferring. They're questioning their specialty occupation, they're questioning their level of wages, they're questioning their position itself. So you get people who have been here for years now suddenly seeing their extension of H-1B is getting denied because they don't meet the specialty occupation requirements. And the same question they're asking, hey, all these years it has worked, why it's not working right now? Because things are changing, right? And what they're defining as specialty occupation is not being defined the same. I'm hoping there will be some lawsuit and things are going to change in there, but until then, USCIS is taking a strong position against a specialty occupation, which is a requirement for H-1B. So it is important that you deal with a lawyer who understands what they're doing, because if not, you're going to face a lot of denials. Even us, where we are really experienced, we are seeing certain cases where we're getting huge RFEs or even intent to deny. So you need to be very, very careful now. Other thing that we're doing well, I wanted to congratulate the team for that, is EB1. EB1 is really picking up. For those people who feel like their situation, even you don't have publications, you don't have a PhD, we can still give it a shot to EB1. In fact, the few cases we have done recently, we have not even used anybody who had a PhD, I think. So if you want to give a shot to EB1, I highly recommend you give us a call, 510-742-5887, and the website to check, attorneyandair.com. And I wanted to thank you all for listening. Anything I tell you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And I think now we have Amit going. Thank you, Franco. And Amit, are you there?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hi, Amit. Everything is good. So you have, I think, 9 minutes to go, Amit, so I'll let you finish. Thank you so much. I'll be back next week, same time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.